welcome to Cricket Predicta, your favorite cricket show proudly sponsored by 1xBet. I'm Anant Kaur and as always we are ready to bring you the latest and most exciting updates from the world of cricket. Last night Gujarat Titans roared loud and clear. A mammoth 224 on the board, backed by fiery spells from Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna, sealed a 38-run win over Sunrisers Hyderabad. Abhishek Sharma's explosive 74 was unsuccessful as Gujarat kept their playoff hopes alive and kicking. Now let's turn the spotlight to tonight's blockbuster clash. It's match number 52 of IPL 2025 live from M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru. A southern derby where Royal Challengers Bengaluru take on Chennai Super Kings. RCB under the sharp leadership of Rajat Patidar are in red-hot form. 7 wins from 10 games, firmly sitting at number 2 on the points table. Meanwhile, 5-time champions CSK are enduring one of their worst seasons ever. Just 2 wins in 8 matches and already out of the playoff race. But hey, it's cricket. Even the most unexpected can become unforgettable. Will RCB continue their dominant march or will CSK thrash the playoff party and leave with a bang? Now let's dive with our cricket experts. We have former cricketer CM Gautam and former Zimbabwe cricketer Stanley Chioza with me. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining. How are you doing, Stanley, today?
Oh, fantastic. Looking forward, obviously, to another day of the IPL. Obviously, the qualification and the playoff spots are heating up with the pressure being put on in terms of the number of points you need to make sure that you set yourself in position to be able to qualify. So it's all getting interesting in the IPL.
It surely is. And Gautam, how are you doing? I believe you're going for a session of golf right now.
Yeah, I'm good, Alan. Thank you so much. Yes, looking for a good round of golf, and in the evening I'm going to watch a CSK and RCB today. So,
oh, it's totally going to be...
I'm really excited, and at the same time it's been raining from past 2 days in Bangalore.
Okay. Yeah, it's totally going to be a blockbuster.
Evening, so
yeah. So, Gautam, RCB are coming off 3 consecutive wins in the last 3 games, while CSK have lost their last 3 games. Do CSK seem to have any chance in this game, considering their horrific form this season?
Yeah, to be honest with you, they've been playing. It's other way around with RCB. You know, they've been taking their boxes really well, and they're looking in a great form. So I think today's win will probably guarantee their place in the playoffs. You know, and considering the way they've been playing this year, I think RCB should be finishing in the top 2, which is going to be a tight finish, I feel.
It looks good. I mean, this time we might have a new champion. That's what it seems. And Stanley, both teams have won 5 games each at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru with a no-result game as well. So what do you think? Who will dominate in this clash, considering the fact that, yes, it's been raining in Bengaluru and we might have a shortened match?
Well, look, RCB are at home, so obviously we all know RCB hasn't exactly got the best of records back at home. But be that as it may, I think it's also important that for CSK, it's how they use these games that are left in the season. Look, they're the first team to be knocked out of this tournament already. Who would have ever thought that we would be witnessing such? But it is the reality. However, we've got new players coming into the CSK format, coming into getting given an opportunity. So you can already see that they're already planning for next season. The auction will come, so it's important for those who are new, who are getting an opportunity to put their hands up. There's things that are happening. For example, they're batting at a run rate of 8 in the power play, the lowest. So those who are going to have an opportunity to try and improve on that. Those who get an opportunity to bat in the middle, they've been struggling versus spin, the CSK. They will be facing an informed Krunal Pandya at some point. That's an issue. That's an issue already, and it's important that they get all these things right. Yes, there's nothing to play for with regards to the championship in terms of the IPL 25, but there's lots of opportunity in terms of playing for the new players who will get an opportunity to prove themselves.
Yeah, new players will definitely come in, but Krunal Pandya, as you said, has been doing really well. And Gautam, Krunal Pandya has scored a match-winning half-century alongside scalping a wicket in the last game. And considering his form that he's been taking wickets, and he's also the second highest spinner who's taking the wickets. So do CSK need to come up with a special strategy to get rid of him both in batting and bowling?
Yeah, Krunal has been bowling really well in the entire tournament. You know, he's been like backbone of the spin bowling. At the same time, when you bowl well, it's obviously rubs onto the batting also. So we could see that evidently in the last game, the way he played, and he won the match with the bat, So yeah, he's been in a good form, as Stanley said. I think CSK should come up with a plan, And Bangalore wicket, it's been undercover for past couple of days. But there'll be some moisture. I think he'll make use of it if the RCB gets to bowl first. So they must have a strategy against him. It's not that easy to hit him. He's in a man in form. So yeah, looking forward to one more Kunal Pandya's performance tonight.
Let's see at home what can he do, what wonders can happen. And Stanley, Virat Kohli has scored 4 half centuries in the last 5 innings. So will his form be a major concern for CSK to deal with, because it's at home and Kohli is red hot batting?
Look, I think any game that Kohli gets to play in, he's always a concern for any other team, but also it's key to be thinking about the other players that surround him. I mean, we know Kohli's position, and he's pretty much his role in the team has been to anchor, and of late he's been talking about taking it deep, and I think that's the one thing that has led to his success, taking the match deep, whether it's chasing, where he's had more success, and even when setting a total. His partner also, in terms of whether we see Bethel or do we see Phil Salt coming back, having recovered from sickness, that's also somebody to think about. But at the end of the day, I think it's key that CSK coming to this, I mean, with an informed bowler like Khalil Ahmed, who already has 9 wickets inside the power play. So they do have some answers to some of the problems that they'll be facing, but they take nothing away from Kohli. I think this is a crucial game for him. It's important that somebody in that batting lineup does stand up, make sure that RCB gets that all-important 16 points.
Things seem difficult in the competition as well for CSK batters. And Gautam, all CSK batters have struggled except for Shivan Dube's efforts in the last 5 games, including a half century. So is it going to cost CSK in this game of prestige against RCB, seeing their top order is not performing well?
Yeah, I think Shivam Dube has been partly been doing well. He's not played to his potential, to be honest with you. He's not got those big runs. So that is a major concern for them. But having said that, this is a new game. It's a small ground. So I think it's a local South Indian derby, So it's a big game for both the teams. And I'm sure CSK would have forgotten the performance that we're looking to win this game against RCB. And what I'm hearing is it's been a sellout crowd, and a lot of people thinking looking forward to a great game today. I think CSK will
And also now, Stanley, Josh Hazelwood has capped 10 wickets in the last 4 innings. So is it going to be a big threat for CSK during the power play phase?
Most definitely. I think the one thing about Josh Hazelwood is what he brings to the party. I mean, one would have thought, why would RCB go for Josh? But it's been a fantastic replacement. I mean, when you bring in, and then when you add Bhuvaneshwar Kumar to the mix, Siraj has been bowling well this season. And I'll tell you, not to replace someone like Mohammad Siraj for RCB, that was a really, really brave move. But I think the replacements have proven very well. Josh Hazelwood has come in, he's done what he does best in other formats of the game, he's made his improvements to the T20 format. When you've got Bhuvaneshwar to support you, and then you've got Krunal Pandya who comes into the middle overs, I think it's a much more all-rounded bowling attack for the RCB compared to last season. There are cracks that they will be looking to try and widen in that CSK batting lineup. I did talk about the fact that their run rate inside the power play is not good. It's under 8 runs to the over. And then come into the middle order, CSK, they will is that this bowling unit is complementing the work out at the top, Josh and Bhuvaneshwar, and then Krunal Pandya into the middle.
Surely they are struggling, and it seems that today also, with considering the fact that RCB batting, bowling, all is going well and playing at home, things will be difficult for CSK again. And Gotham star CSK batter Rahul Tripathi has struggled to survive against the veteran RCB pacer Josh Hazlewood in the head-to-head player battle in the IPL. So it's going to be a very tough challenge for him to face Hazlewood amidst his brilliant form with the ball in the ongoing IPL, when you consider that he's been dismissed twice and the strike rate has been 115.4.
Yeah, definitely. The way Rahul Tripathi is batting, I don't think he'll be playing the 11 first case. But at the same time, Hazelwood has been in very good form this year's IPL. I think he's complemented the Bhuvaneswar Kumar really well, and he's an attacking bowler for RCB. They look for wickets from him up front, and at the same time, he's been bowling well in the death as well. The way he bowled in the Bangalore the other day was extraordinary. So at the same time, the Rahul has been struggling the entire IPL, and I think if he plays today, if he gets a game, I think you should just go after him. You shouldn't think about the past performances and start fresh. So that should be his mindset and the way he has to play.
Let's see will he go with that mindset or not. And Stanley, Phil Salt and Ravichandran Ashwin have faced off each other only on one occasion, and that too in the ongoing IPL. Salt smashed 15 runs of just 4 balls against Ashwin, hitting 2 fours and a 6 in the last face-off in Chennai. So does Ashwin need to come up with a special strategy to tackle Phil Salt this time, because he's not been dismissed and the strike rate has been 375?
And our experience is your best teacher. These guys have already faced off. Somebody like Ravi Ashwin is that he has the ability to learn fast. So obviously, we keen to see how he approaches this game today. Should he have a move? Up the order batsman. Ravi Ashwin is also a bowler who gets to bowl inside the power play every now and then. The key factor there is, will they give him the new ball? Also, what conditions are in play? You do mention that there's a bit of rain around, so that could also aid into the spinners, a bit of moisture that might actually help the spinners. So obviously it's that sort of wicket where batsmen might have to be mindful playing the long game, but if it's a good surface, we know a player like Phil Salt will look to tee off, and irrespective of the fact that Ashwin is a good bowler, but at the end of the day, you need runs on the board.
Yeah, so we'll see how Ashwin sort of performs here. And Gautam, the head-to-head player battle between the veteran RCB batter Virat Kohli and star CSK pacer Khalil Ahmed has been on equal notes so far. So who do you think will dominate in the face-off in today's clash, especially considering the fact that the weather conditions are taking in part?
When you bowl first, the wicket moves around a bit, that's been happening in this year's IPL. So if that happens, I think Khalil will have advantage over Virat. And if RCB are batting second, we all know Virat is a chase master and is man in form, and I think he'll dominate over Khalil. But the thing is, the Virat has been batting really well and is playing the situation. So he's not just going after the bowling, So that's been the advantage of RCB and playing at home. So Virat has always done well at home against CSK. So I think he'll probably continue to dominate in today's game as well.
So one player domination to another. Stanley, Noor Ahmed has also been very dominant, especially in the middle overs. So how can he bring in effect his bowling to disrupt RCB's batting?
Well, one thing I think for the spinners, I suppose the key thing is what happens at the top. T20, we've seen how many times a game is won and lost in the middle. You can have a good start at the top, but you can have a poor finishing, especially in the middle period. Or you can have a poor start at the top, but you can have a good performance in the middle to bring back your game. For bowlers like Noor Ahmed, he's been fantastic for CSK. He's the leading wicket taker for a reason. That's because of that middle period with the fuses variations very well. Batsmen, obviously, in that middle period are looking to press on to add to the advantage, and that's how he takes his wickets. So in that period between 7 to 16 is where he's been very, very effective. 13 wickets in that period alone. So, like I said, it all depends on how the bowlers who start with the ball start the campaign with. Early wickets will make him super, super effective because at the end of the day, batsmen then try and survive through it. When you try and survive through a T20 innings, you're only going to raise that dot ball percentage and raise the pressure. You get your wickets. But if the batsman at the top starts very well, then there's no real need for batsmen to try and take.
Yeah, true. That will also come in fold today. And Gautam, one more thing, that Phil Salt's form has also been a little off, because when we see his last 5 innings, they've been 26, 1, 4, 65 and 37. He started off well, but if that RCB doesn't get a good start with a good strike rate, it becomes difficult for the middle orders also to catch up.
Absolutely, he's been a little inconsistent in the past few games. But at the same time, he's been playing with a good strike rate. Even the good 30 off 10-12 balls will help RCB to get to a good start. So at the same time, sometimes when you're hitting the ball, you need a particular batsman to play with the 11th or 12th over, so which the team can set up a big total. So that is also very important. But at the same time, Phil Salt has been giving a good start. Sometimes he's not playing the conditions. Sometimes it's just coming and trying to hit each and every ball. So he should plan and attack a particular bowler so that he can play a big innings in this game.
And when you see the history, Gautam, Virat Kohli has been the most high run scorer, 1098 runs in between CSK and RCB, and Ravindra Jadeja has taken more wickets. So who will have the upper hand today?
Yeah, we all know Virat likes big matches and is a big match player. So certainly he enjoys that pressure when it comes to big games. So obviously I don't see him walk out of the pressure or anything. He will do well in today's game as well. But having said that, Ravindra Jadeja has been off again in this year's IPL. He's not been amongst the wickets, and he's trying to bowl the defensive length, which is not able to go get the wickets. So their strategy is to they want Jadeja to contain and Nuraman to go for the wicket. So that's been the CSK strategy, where Virat will look to again dominate CSK in today's game.
All eyes will be on Virat Kohli and of course MS Dhoni. Stanley, who do you think will be the performer of the day today?
I beg your pardon, come again, and I'm sorry, you're breaking.
I said all eyes will be on Virat Kohli and MS Dhoni in this special match. But who do you think will be the performer of the day today?
I think between outside of Dhoni and Virat Kohli, I like to go for put in a lot of faith and think try that they groom him for. So I think that middle period is one of the super weaknesses of the CSK. And like to see at some point when Dhoni ends up his boot, they're going to have to form a team around someone like a Shivam Dube.
Let's see if he performs up to the mark. And who do you think, Gautam, will be the performer of the day today?
I'll go with the local boy, Predicta. He's been the last couple of games and he knows the conditions really well. And I think he's done well against CSK and Chennai. So I'm backing Devdutt to get a big one today. And
the big one, who's taking the match today?
RCB, I think. Yes, I'm going for RCB today, considering the form.
And Stanley, who is going to win today?
I'm going with CSK. They have nothing to lose at the end of the day. I think they're just going to throw it all out there. Whatever happens, happens. But as long as they play a good brand of cricket, just to disturb the momentum of RCB.
Let's see today if the disruption happens or it'll be the momentum which RCB is happening. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining in. It's always been a great, insightful episode. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. We'll see you tomorrow at your favorite show, Cricket Predicta. Keep watching.